Hello and welcome back to another intro of me not being prepared because I realized I needed to get an intro done and I have nothing set up. No script, no plan, no nothing. I'm just rolling with this. So right off the bat, if you want to join my Patreon to get this adorable little black bear and a leaf pile sticker, the link to that is down below and the info is right here. Or if you're not into stickers and you're more into pins, I have plenty of pins starting at $5 for B grades and then $10 for A grades. And the link to my Etsy to follow that is down below. And I'm going to be having some more sales on top of the prints that are going to be discontinued soon. It's not going to be prints, they're going to be some buttons and stuff. Then I have some new stuff coming for the end of the year. I'm just focusing on getting rid of inventory right now, so the link to my Etsy to get that is down below, and to know when these sales are going to go live immediately, the link to my Instagram is also down below. And with my favorite game of Emily's not prepared for anything, unfortunately one of those traits with not be prepared is impulse purchasing. Now I've had it in my notebook for about basically all summer that I was going to go to Dollar General and get some paints and paint at the park, and then I had that dream about being arrested at the park. You have to see the video I drew of Thunder and her fairy princess outfit to get that story. But we went to the Dollar Tree, I want to say about a month ago by now, to get some stuff. And while I was there, I found this board that I really liked. And I thought that'd be like, hey, that'd be like a cute little hanger for my front door for my parents' house. And then I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I might as well get the paint here. Then instead of the Dollar General video, I'll just do the Dollar Tree. Which included buying some paint colors, which I can already tell I'm probably not going to like these. Maybe. Wait. They don't smell, that kind of concerns me. Because I'm normally used to like the apple barrel. This one was 50 cents. They actually raised their price to 54 cents. And this was $1.25. So it's twice the amount for a little more than half price, or double the price. But I wanted to keep it simple, so I just got 10 colors. I got basic red, a vermilion orange, yellow. I just realized I didn't get a green, but instead I got phthalo blue and turquoise, along with lavender, magenta, deep brown, which I was a little concerned about because there were two bottles of deep brown on the shelf and this one was darker and the other one was not. And then black and white. This bag has been ripped for a week. But I was going to paint a fall theme because of the pumpkin on the top. Preferably something to do with mushrooms and maybe a frog because I thought it'd be cute. But I'm going to start by painting it white and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to see how, I'm going to have to like paint it sideways or something. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to get started on painting it white, and I think I'm going to cheat and just use my own gesso, just because I don't know how transparent this is, and I only have one bottle of white. So I'm going to get started on that. Hey, I have voiceover taking over, so I wanted to mention the first thing about this art that I've already mentioned in the intro, is that this video wasn't supposed to be the way that it is, if that makes sense. Like I mentioned in the beginning, the original plan for this was to go to the Dollar General by my house and then go to the park. That didn't happen. As I mentioned in the intro, when I was at Dollar Tree and I saw the sign, I just said, screw it, let's just do everything at once. And by God, do I wish I went to Dollar General. Like, the sign was cute. I probably should have just gotten that, to be honest, because like the paints that I had bought, I did a comparison comparing them to the apple barrel ones. These ones I got are 4 ounce and the other ones I use are a 2 ounce bottle. Now the 2 ounce bottle price did go up to 54 cents. It used to be 50, and these were $1.25 for a 4 ounce, which you think, wow, that's twice as much for a little more than double the price. In the moment, I was honestly having some anxiety, like just being in the store and everything. So I was like, okay, let's just get this over with and get this bought because I'm sick of standing here. So I bought the paint, and then I realized I just bought 10 bottles of acrylic paint that I'm probably never going to use again, and it cost me $12 when I should have just stuck with the Dollar General video because they have a pack of acrylic paints there. They're like heavy bodies, but it's Dollar General. They have them for $6. I'm like, I should have just waited, but it's whatever. It's already over. I'm gonna give these paints to my siblings. And let me actually talk about these paints for a second, because yeah, for $1.25, even for 54 cents, if it says premium quality, you at first think it's absolutely not going to be that. But the 54-cent paint from Walmart is better than the $1.25 paint from the Dollar Tree. This paint, yeah, it has the same liquid body that I like. It's so transparent. Like, at least with the apple barrel, if I put down a coat of white, I can put yellow or pink or something on top of it and maybe have 1 or 2 coats of that kind of transparent color without having any issues. The pumpkin that I painted took, I'm not even kidding, 4 or 5 coats of paint alone. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? And even after, it still showed through. Like, you could still see that dark greenish teal color of the background in the final. And I actually I bought the sign, and I was just gonna do something cuter, and I wanted to do more witches hats and stuff, but my mom was like, are you gonna make us a door sign? And I was like, now I feel legally obligated to make you a door sign. So I didn't go with my original idea. Just that pumpkin alone just was pissing me off so bad. I think at some point I just gave up. I was like, you know what, screw it, I put enough coats of paint on this. But everything, like, just seeing how the paints were reacting to the pumpkin painting, I was like, oh, I don't want to work on this anymore. Because the background was a nice darker color, and the mixing of the colors, I think that helped it blend out and become more of like a thicker color, especially using a darker color such as black and blue. And then I moved on to the teal and the, blue mixed with, that came out good. Coming on top of that, I was like, what the fuck is this? It just wasn't it, honey. Like, if you want some nice cheap acrylic paint that you could actually work with, go to Walmart, get the apple barrel paint. Or I would even suggest the Craft Smart from Michaels. Sure, it's like $75 or $1 something a bottle, but that's if you don't have a Walmart or if you don't have accessibility to Walmart. It's about the same quality. I suggest going to Walmart to get those paints. And I really thought I was gonna like these. Like, in the moment, part of me wanting to pick these was anxiety, yes, but the other part was I had this feeling. I was like, the Dollar General paints are gonna be like heavy body acrylics, and you hate heavy body acrylics. So I was like, I'm just gonna get these because they're liquid body. And I was actually I left a comment on someone's Instagram post, like, it's not relevant to anything, but they were talking about how they should be using oil paint, but they use the cheap Walmart paint. And everyone in the comments is like, yeah, that Walmart paint sucks. Like, I don't even use that. I don't let my kids use that. And not a single one was standing up for that paint. So of course I'm like that person, because comments and boost your engagement on Instagram. So I left a comment on that video saying I actually use the cheap paints because I have tried professional heavy body paint and it's too thick. I hate it. I can't stand it. And I just found out a couple days ago that you're supposed to thin it out. What's the point of having a heavy body acrylic if you're supposed to thin it out? Like, the System 3 heavy bodies that I got from that scrawler box, those metallic tubes I used in that dragon painting, those ones were fine. Or not those silver ones. The silver ones sucked. Those ones were terrible. And then I have other heavy body acrylics, like from Daler-Rowney or from that Jerry's Artorama challenge, where yes, they're heavy body, but they're also more liquid. Those ones are fine. Those I can tolerate. It's those System 3 ones that are like the professional quality. And I'm like, no, they're not. They suck. Apparently you're supposed to thin them out. But what's the point of having them so thick if you're supposed to thin them out to be like liquid body? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you spend $30 on a set of paint that you have to thin out anyway when you can get $4 in paint and just have easy access to that? I don't understand. Much like I never understood the hype around Prismacolor pencils. I got points taken off in my high school art class for using Crayola pencils because I hate Prismacolors. I'm like, every artist you see on YouTube will live and die by Prismacolor. I hate them with a passion. They're too soft. They break too easily. I don't like their texture. I just think they're terrible, terrible pencils. If you told me, hey, I need you to make a color pencil drawing today, and you handed me either the most extensive pack of Prismacolors with any color I could think of, or a 12-pack of Crayola, I'm picking the Crayola for the sole purpose of fuck Prismacolor. They fucking suck. The only good thing that they have is their markers. That had nothing to do with the video. I just got into a rant about nothing. At the end of the day, I handed this painting to my mother because I said I was making her the door thing. She loves it. And it's kind of funny because she doesn't like frogs. Well, we started joking with her this year that she's afraid of frogs because she almost stepped on one and she freaked out about it. And we live in the woods and there's a bunch of toads and stuff everywhere. So they were flocking to our house because our house is made of stone. So we also started teasing her about the frog stuff. So I had to put a frog on the pumpkin. It was too cute. Like the deer at the end of the video with me spray coating the painting. They just showed up. Though that family has been around my house for a while. They don't come close like my one on my one dear friend Buttons. I think I showed him in a vlog last year. Do you know that deer eats out of my hand? I call him my pet deer and everyone's like, you're crazy. I'm not. And again, I'm rambling about things that don't matter. Point of the story, fuck Prismacolor. Fuck this rich art acrylic paint. Go buy Apple Barrel. Go buy Crayola. Cheap art supplies over expensive art supplies. I say as I have an entire Copic collection, but you get my point. I bought those when I had a job and had money. But I'm gonna leave it here. If you don't want me to be broke and have to use these crappy paints, make sure to check out my Etsy down below so I can continue buying cheaper paints and then still have money left over to pay my bills. Check out my Patreon to get exclusive speed paint, stickers, prints, and more, as well as my Instagram to check that out. Give me a follow on there. Keep up with any future sales, this or that. Support your favorite local ginger artist. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week with probably another thing that was recorded 3 weeks in advance. Bye!